In this video, we're going to show you how to use TubeTak Pro. This is another adhesive offered by Auralex. Unlike studio foam, however, it's viewed as a permanent solution to attach your foam to the wall. Now, there's a few points we need to look at before we can just simply apply the adhesive to the foam. So we're going to talk about how to prep the tube for application. The first thing we want to do is cut the tip of the nozzle off. Now, it's good to check the instructions. You can find them online as well. But in order to get the best usage of your TubeTak and to make sure that you get better control of the adhesive as you're applying it, it's important to cut it correctly. So rather than just slice off the tip of the tube, it's a good idea to introduce a little bit of an angle like I've done here. Okay, now step 2, the tube is still sealed. So we need to break the internal seal before the adhesive will come out. It doesn't take too much pressure. There we go, and you can see some of the adhesive on the end, so you know we've made a good perforation. Now, once we've opened the tube, insert it into any standard size caulking gun for application, and we're ready to go. So we'll make a little room on our work surface here, and we'll apply some TubeTak to the back of the foam. Now, there's a couple patterns that you can use. One would be simply applying horizontal lines across the back. To use a little less adhesive, you can start by making an X and then filling that in with horizontal lines as well as some vertical lines around the perimeter. So let's do that. Okay, we're going to go over to the right of the panel that we've already installed. And I'm going to have to eyeball this one because we didn't make any marks. So hopefully I'll be able to get this right. Okay, now once you get your foam on the wall in place, again, just like we noticed with the foam tack, since the foam is so light, you don't have to worry about it falling instantly. If you're working on the ceiling, it's a good idea to be a little more cautious. But even though it's going to hold, it's a great idea to take the palm of your hand and just to push against the foam, because we want to make sure that those beads that we created are going to spread out and give us more surface area, more contact area to adhere to the wall. Now remember, TubeTak's going to take a little longer to cure completely, so be patient and wait a few hours before full adhesion is obtained. While you're waiting, as I mentioned earlier, if you have a heavier piece of foam or if you're putting the foam on the ceiling where there is a risk of it falling off, you can use some other method of temporary fastening to make sure that it stays in place while the TubeTak cures. So you can use T-pins or maybe some small finishing nails.